Everyone, this is the Homesteading Holistic Homemaker, Samantha, and today I am making healing salve for the bazaar that I will be attending, selling things and that sort of thing. So I figured I would show you how I make my healing salve since I'm making it. To start out, what you need for your healing salve is you need solid coconut oil, olive oil, beeswax, can you see? Beeswax, and vitamin E oil. And what I do, what I did, is you're supposed to get like the beeswax beadlets, and I couldn't find those at the store, so I went ahead and got a really big block of beeswax. It's huge, see? And how I got it so I could chunk it off was I got a Dollar Tree grater, and I grate that stuff. So the recipe calls for, here's the recipe, calls for 1 cup solid coconut oil, 1 cup olive oil, 4 tablespoons of beeswax, 1/2 tablespoon of vitamin E oil. And what you do is when you got all your ingredients measured out, you make kind of a double boiler type thing on your stove, and you heat this slowly. You don't want your water, so you put water in the pan, and then you put a glass in it. I like to use a measuring cup, a glass measuring cup in it, and you heat this slowly. You put all the ingredients in except for the vitamin E oil. And see, I'm stirring it up because some of my beeswax isn't quite all the way melted yet, so I'm going to kind of squish it up there. You just stir it until it's all melted, and while you're waiting for everything to melt, I like to get my jars ready. So this recipe, or this batch, I'm going to hope to get 6 jars, little itty bitty jars of healing salve made. I'm hoping to get more, but if I only get 6, I'll be happy with it. And the essential oils that you need are lavender, melaleuca, or tea tree oil, and lemon. You need, for a really big jar, you need 10 drops of lavender, 8 drops of melaleuca, and 6 drops of lemon. When I make my itty bitty jars, I cut all those in half. So there's about half that in here. And so what you do, you get those all set up, you put all your drops in each jar. That's per jar. 10 drops of lavender, 8 drops melaleuca, and 6 drops lemon per jar. So I have them all sitting out. All my jars are clean. They've got all their drops in them. And so I'm going to go over here. And yep, it's all melted. So I'm going to shut it off. See, I had it on low. Sorry. And I like to use an elf glove to get my oil off the stove, because it's easier to grab the measuring cup handle. So I reach over here and I grab it, pull it out of the hot water here. I put it over here on the, that thing that keeps you from scalding the countertop. And then I measure out my vitamin E oil. And I didn't do this very well because I didn't have it ready. Oh, goodness. Sorry, guys. Get a close-up of my face as I try to drip this on here. There we go. So it takes a while to get this stuff out of here. There we go. So you need a 1/2 teaspoon of vitamin E oil, and you wait until you take it off the heat, your healing salve off the heat. See, it's all nice and pretty and melted over there. It's a really nice shade of yellow. That's usually from the beeswax, and the olive oil gives it that yellow tint, and the coconut oil is melted in and kind of lightens it up just a little bit. And I've already given a video on the wonderful healing properties of coconut oil. I deep conditioned my hair, showed you the results. But it's also really good for any skin conditions. And this healing salve is amazing for a lot of skin things. Bruises, scrapes, cuts, anything like that. My husband uses it for razor burn. I use it on my kids' diaper rashes. It's amazing. And what it does is it takes the ouch or the sting out of the wound so it doesn't hurt anymore. So my kids, as soon as I go and get it and I put it, see, I'm just putting the vitamin E oil in there. I'm going to stir it up just a little bit. As soon as I go get it and I put it on their little diaper rashes when they have one, I'm like, okay, does it feel better? And they're like, oh, better. You know, they know that stuff makes it feel better. And I use it as often as I need to. But then, see, I put on my glove, I come over here, and I start filling my jars. Hope you can see. Okay, there we go. I thought I filled that one too full. There we go. And it takes a little while for this stuff to cool down. So you just you set them out. Ooh, I'm gonna get another jar. But yeah, that's what you do. See how pretty they are? And then once it's dry, it kind of looks like this. It's a really nice jar, and it's see, there it is. It smells good. It smells like essential oil. But it makes a really nice paste, and it can be applied to a lot of things. So that's how I make my healing salve, and I can't take credit for the recipe. It's not mine. But I like to adapt it to my favorite oils. This is just the generic one, but I change the oils around to help different ailments and that sort of thing. But that's how I make my healing salve. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything like that, please let me know. But thank you for watching, and stay classy.